Hey, before the video starts, are you interested in making some extra money? Why not play the stock market, where you can make on average a 7% return on the money you invest? Try the Robinhood app. Click the link in the description below to get started with a free stock just for signing up. Who doesn't love free money? Enjoy the video.
What's up, y'all? Mehcad. Yo,
What's up, brother? How you doing?
man, as good as we can be.
Yeah.
So, the reason I'm doing this right here is, you can't even see it, but Trump labeled Antifa as a terrorist organization.
Yep.
Now, I want you to educate the people on what Antifa is.
So to my very clear understanding, Antifa is a private organization that, one, needs funding. So you always got to find out who's paying for it. And two, what they're doing is they're separate and apart from Black Lives Matter. They're completely different groups. They're separate and apart from all the peaceful protests. So what they're doing is they're showing up at the peaceful protests with hammers, with weapons, with whatever, trying to incite violence with the police. So the peaceful protest becomes a riot. Stay woke. That's not us. That's not Black Lives Matter. That's not anti-racist. In fact, Antifa is racist. So, because this is not a fight between black and white, but they're trying to make it a fight between black and white. It's not. That's a racist fight. We can't win that fight. We don't even want that fight.
Right.
We want a fight between racists and anti-racists so we know what kind of country we live in. Do we live in Nazi Germany or do we not? That's what we want to know. So if you're going to make it black and white, Antifa can go on the other side. They can sit in the sidelines with everybody else.
I want to try and show this video. I have to pause it for something because I think it's over 30 seconds, but just give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yo.
See if it works now. It's not letting me show the video, but basically there's a video of a man taking a hammer and he's beating the ground and he's taking up the bricks and using that to cause violence.
Yeah, so a lot of times what they'll do is, like, you got to look out for this. What they'll do is they'll come with a truck full of supplies, of shit to throw at people. Why would you show up to a peaceful protest with a truck of supplies in tactical gear? You're wearing tactical gear. You have on all black, you have on a mask, you have on sometimes a visor, completely blacked out. They have on shielding and guards. There it goes.
See right there.
So look at all the peaceful protesters, and then look at this guy here. What's he doing? And this is, I mean, I don't want to tell anybody how they should protest, but what we need to do is separate ourselves, the peaceful protesters, separate ourselves from people like this. And the way that we can do that is we can create a hashtag you are not with us, and start yelling it at them. You are not with us, and film them, film what they're doing, because you know why? Our lives depend on it. It's not a joke, it's not a game. This is a moment that we have to tell America to stop putting your knee into our necks on camera and watching us die, for the world to see it. And they're doing it with impunity, and they've been doing it for 400 years. Time's up. So we can't allow people who look like us to fuck this up. We can't allow people who don't look like us to fuck this up. This is not about what you look like. This is about the ideas in your head. You're either a nice, kind person who's an anti-racist, or you're a Nazi piece of shit. And we have to know who you are.
Have you seen this video?
Yep. I reposted it from you. I didn't give you credit, though. My bad. Yep. Same thing. And we don't have to go after them. Just surround them and yell. You are not with us. You are not with us. Because here's what it is. Here's what it is. You're either with progress. You're either with human equity. You're either with people being treated fairly and kindly and not being murdered in the streets. Murdered in the streets. You're either with that or you're not.
Bottom line.
That's it. It's time to choose a side. Like, let me just say this real quick. Do you know who Elie Wiesel is?
Yeah.
Elie Wiesel, yeah. So Elie Wiesel wrote 56, 57 books. He's a Romanian American author, died a few years back. He wrote books about the Holocaust, right? And if I could have dinner with anybody in the world, anybody throughout space-time, it would be Elie Wiesel. Why? Because I have a lot of questions for him. Because then I ask him, I say, when you started seeing hatred towards your people in 1930s Romania and Germany being normalized and being put into policy and nobody said shit, how did you deal with the chronic stress of that? And then when they started scapegoating you for everything in society and blaming you for everything in society and saying that you were the dregs of society, you were bringing it down, you were crushing it, it was your fault. How did you deal with the chronic stress of that? And then when they started to ghettoize you and put you in neighborhoods where you were easily contained and the population density was high, and we know scientifically a population density that's high, people get sick easier, people die faster, crime goes up, and then they blame you for the scientific facts of how you live. How did you deal with the chronic stress of that, Elie? And then I would ask him, when you walked outside and you saw your Jewish brothers murdered in the streets by the Gestapo, and then the Gestapo would make excuses for killing your friends, who you knew were good people, who you knew didn't do anything wrong. And the German people and the Romanian people didn't say anything. It's, oh, the Jews. Oh, well, that's the Jews. How did you deal with the chronic stress of that? And then I would ask, when they came and got you, when they came and picked y'all up, and they put you in the trucks and they put you in trains, and you didn't know where you were going, did you ask yourself, surely the good German people will stop this from happening, right? They got to. They can see. They're not blind. They can see what's happening to me. And then when you finally did get to the camps, I would ask him, did you ask yourself, how did you not see this coming? And then I would ask him one more thing. I say, yo, do you have any advice for me? Because you made it. You lived and you wrote about it after it. And then I would leave that dinner with a question for the world. And I say, if you could have helped Elie in 1936, would you have? And if you would have helped him, why won't you help me? And that's my question to all Americans. That's my question to the world right now. It's not a game. Don't let them stay woke. Don't let Antifa fool you. This is peaceful. This has to be peaceful. This only changes if this is peaceful. And we have been patient, and we have been peaceful, and we have worked within the system for 400 years. We're not gonna fuck it up on a random Friday night. No, sir.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for getting on and educating the people for me.
Yeah, bro. I love what you're doing, man. You're using your platform like your ancestors would have loved you too.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man. I love you, bro.
Love you. I'll FaceTime you after.
All right, bro.
All right. Peace.